Good morning, dear children. Welcome back to science section. Now we are going to continue with lesson number 5, inside the atom. Let us begin with atomic structure. Atom is formed from the nucleus and the extranuclear part. Look at the diagram. The center of the atom is called nucleus. The place outside the nucleus is called extranuclear part. Now we are going to learn these two parts in detail. First part is nucleus. Atomic nucleus is positively charged. Almost entire mass of the atom is concentrated in the nucleus. The nucleus contains two types of subatomic particles. What are they? Protons and neutrons. The protons and neutrons are together called nucleons. Next, the two subatomic particles we are going to learn in detail. First one is protons. Proton is positively charged subatomic particle in the nucleus. The positive charge on the nucleus is due to the proton in it. A proton is represented by the symbol small p. Each proton carries a positive charge of plus 1 E. E means charge. 1 E is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. When total positive charge on the nucleus is expressed in the unit E, its magnitude is equal to the number of protons in the nucleus. Next subatomic particle is neutron. Neutron is electrically neutral subatomic particle and is denoted by the symbol N. The number of neutron in the nucleus is denoted by the symbol capital letter N. The atomic nuclei of all elements except hydrogen contains neutrons. Now we are going to study the second part, that is extranuclear part. Extranuclear part in the atomic structure includes electrons revolving around the nucleus and the empty space in between the nucleus and the electron. Look at the diagram, children. You can see the nucleus and extranuclear part. Electron is negatively charged subatomic particle and is denoted by the symbol E. Each electron carries 1 unit of negative charge. Mass of an electron is 1800 times less than that of a hydrogen atom. Therefore, the mass of an electron can be treated as negligible. Electron in the extranuclear part revolve in the discrete orbit around the nucleus. The orbit being three-dimensional in nature, a term shell is used instead of the term orbit. The energy of electron is determined by the shell in which it is present. The number of electrons in the extranuclear part is equal to the number of protons in the nucleus. Therefore, electrical charges are balanced and the atom is electrically neutral. Next, just see, children, once again what we have learned. Atom consists of 3 subatomic particles. First one is proton, second one is neutrons, third is electrons. The protons carrying positive charge, neutron no charge, no positive charge, no negative charge. So it is called neutral. Electrons carrying negative charge. Next, we are going to see what is atomic number and atomic mass number. Atomic number. The number of protons or the number of electrons present in an atom is called its atomic number. The atomic number is denoted by the symbol Z. Number of protons is equal to number of electrons. Next is what is meant by atomic mass number. The total number of protons and neutrons in an atom is the atomic mass number of that element. It is denoted by the symbol A. We can calculate the atomic mass number. How we will calculate, children? We have to just add the number of protons and number of neutrons. That means atomic mass number A is equal to P plus N. P means number of protons and N is number of neutrons. The convention to denote atomic symbol, atomic number and mass number are together are shown as follows. Let us consider an atom X. It is just an example we are taking. How do we write atomic mass number and atomic number? Atomic mass is denoted by A. That A which is written towards the top of the X. Atomic number which is Z written towards the bottom of the X. Now one example is given there. Just see. Carbon atom. The atomic number of carbon is 6 and mass number of carbon is 12. It means the carbon atom contains 6 protons and 6 electrons. The number of neutrons we can calculate. That means the atomic number, the mass number of the carbon is 12, means 12 minus 6. So the number of neutrons present in the carbon atom is 6. Next is distribution of electrons. Look at the diagram. Blue color part that shows nucleus. Outside the nucleus you can see circles. They are called orbit or shells. The shell near to the nucleus is called first shell. Can you see, children? Look at the diagram. First shell you can see. The first shell is also called K shell. The next shell is second shell. The shell number 2. The shell number 2 is called L shell. Next shell is shell number 3. Shell number 4. It is given like that. The shell number 3 is also called M shell. The shell number 4 is called N shell. Look at the next diagram. You can see electrons over there. The first shell, that is K shell, can accommodate only 2 electrons. Just see the children, the diagram. Center nucleus is shown there in the red part. Next is shell number 1. Just count the electrons, only 2 electrons are there. So the K shell, first shell is called K shell, or that K shell can accommodate only 2 electrons. Next shell, that means second shell, just count the electrons. The maximum number of electrons in the second shell, that is L shell, is 8 electrons. More than that it cannot accommodate. The maximum number of electrons in the third shell, that is M shell, is 18 and fourth shell is 32. Okay, children, look at the diagram. The maximum number of electrons in a shell can be calculated by the formula 2n squared. 2 is constant. N means the shell number. One table is given over there. Please look at the table. Electron shell is given over there. That means first shell is K shell. K shell means the shell number is 1. So you can calculate with the help of this formula 2 into 1 squared. 1 squared means 1 into 1. So 2 into 1, 2 electrons. So K shell can accommodate only 2 electrons. Second, that means L shell. L shell, the shell number is 2. So how we will calculate? 2 into 2 squared. 2 squared means 2 into 2. 2 2s are 4. 4 2s are 8. So 8 electrons. Next, third shell, M shell. That means N is 3. 2 into 3 squared. 3 squared means 3 into 3. It means 9. 9 2s are 18 electrons are present in the M shell. The last one, N shell is given there. The shell number is 4. That means N is 4. 4 into 4. 4 4s are 16. 16 into 2, 32 electrons. Okay, children. The next topic is electronic configuration of elements. The shell-wise distribution of the electrons in an atom of an element is called the electronic configuration of that element. The electrons in an atom are distributed in the shell according their maximum capacity. We have already learned. The maximum capacity of first shell, that is K shell, is 2. Second shell, that is L shell, is 8. Third shell is having 18. And fourth shell is having 32. Look at the diagram also, you can see how the electrons are arranged in the shell. The electronic configuration in the numerical form contains numbers separated by commas. Whenever we are writing electronic configuration, between the numbers we have to put commas. Next, see the example. Next, we are going to write the electronic configuration of or electronic distribution of sodium atom. There are 11 electrons in the sodium atom. How to distribute it? Just see. First shell, that means K shell. We already learned the first shell can accommodate only 2 electrons. Okay, so the K shell is having 2 electrons. Next shell, that means L shell. How much we can accommodate? 8. Now 2 plus 8, 10 over. Now total electrons, how much? 11 are there. Now how many electrons left? Only 1 electron left. That will be in the next shell, that is M shell. So the electronic configuration, how we can write? Just see the electronic configuration of sodium atom. How we will write? 2, 8, 1. Okay. The electronic configuration of an atom can also be represented by shell diagram. Look at the diagram. Sodium atom diagram is given there. Center nucleus. First shell, 2 electrons. Second shell, just count and see. 8 electrons are there. Now the only 1 electron is in the third shell. Now one table is given over there. Electronic configuration is written over there in the last column. Shells also given. 1 or 2 example we will see now. Just see the first example, hydrogen. The symbol H given there. Number of electrons 1. 1 means only first shell. K shell it will be there. Then see the carbon. Just see the carbon. Symbol C. Total number of electrons 6. So first shell how much can accommodate? Only 2. Okay, then remaining how many are left now? 4. That 4 will be in the second shell. That means L shell. So the electronic configuration, how we will write? 2, 4. In between you have to put comma. 2, 4. That is the electronic configuration of carbon. Or electronic distribution of carbon atom. Okay, then neon, see neon. The total number of electrons 10. So first shell 2. Second shell how much is left now? 8. So how to electronic configuration, how we will write 2, 8. Go through this chart and you will get the practice how to write the electronic configuration. Next is valency and electronic configuration. The valency of an atom is determined by the configuration of its outermost shell. Therefore, the outermost shell is called valence shell. Also, the electrons in the outermost shell are called valence electrons. Look at the diagram given there, children. The electrons present in the outermost shell of an atom are called valence electrons. 4 diagrams are given over there. Just have a look on the diagram. First one, hydrogen atom. Only one shell is there. That will be the outermost shell. Contains only one electron. So, its valency is 1. Last, magnesium. 3 shells are there. So, the outermost shell is third shell. It contains how many electrons? Only 2. So, its valency is 2. Next, you can see 2 atoms in the diagram, helium and neon. You see, the atoms of helium and neon elements do not combine with any other atom. These elements are chemically inert. It means that their valency is 0. So, inert gas means its valency is 0. Then helium atom contains 2 electrons. So, that 2 electrons which can be accommodated in the first shell, that is K shell. Only one shell is there, just see. Okay, the electron capacity of K shell is 2. This indicates that outermost shell of helium is completely filled. Okay. So, it is said that the helium has an electron duplet, means 2 electrons are there. The next example, neon contains 2 shells. Look at the diagram, K shell and L shell. Okay, so L shell is the valency shell of the neon. That means it is the outermost shell. That is the second shell. The electron capacity of L shell is 8. Therefore, the valency shell of neon is completely filled. It is said that neon has an electron octet. Octet means 8 electrons are there. From this, it is understood that the valency is 0 when electron duplet or octet is complete. Next topic is isotopes. Some elements in nature have atoms with the same atomic number but different mass number. Such atoms of the same element having different mass number are called isotopes. For example, carbon has 3 isotopes, namely just see carbon 12, carbon 13, carbon 14. We know its atomic number is 6 only. Then next, the mass number of isotope is also represented by another method. And see, and one more method we can represent it. It is shown on the screen. Just have a look over there. The isotopes have same proton number but different neutron number. Hydrogen has 3 isotopes. They have separate names. Look at the diagram. First one, that is protium. Second one is deuterium. Third one is tritium. See there, atomic number is same but mass number is different. Next is uses of isotopes. Some isotopes are very useful to us. First one, uranium-235. It is an isotope. It is used in nuclear fission, production of electricity. Next, another isotope called cobalt-60. It is used in the treatment of cancer. Iodine-131 is used in the treatment of goiter and thyroid. Sodium-24 is used to detection of cracks and leakage of underground pipes. Carbon-14 determining age of archaeological objects. Next is nuclear reactor. Nuclear reactor is a machine that generates electricity on large scale by using atomic energy. See the diagram, children. The nuclear reactor is shown over there. In a nuclear reactor, the nuclear energy in atom is released by bringing about nuclear reactions on the nuclear fuel. Let us understand a nuclear reaction with example of a nuclear fuel, namely uranium-235. On bombardment with slow speed of neutron, the nucleus of isotope uranium-235 on bombarded with slow speed of neutron. The nucleus of the isotope uranium-235 undergoes nuclear fission to form nuclei of two different elements, krypton-92, look at the diagram, children, and barium-141 and 3 neutrons. On decreasing the speed, these neutrons bring about fission of more uranium-235 nuclei. In this way, a chain reaction of nuclear fission takes place. A large amount of nuclear energy is released during a chain reaction of fission. The chain reaction is kept under control to prevent the probable explosion. To control chain reaction in the nuclear reactor, it is necessary to decrease the speed and the number of neutrons. For this purpose, the following provision is made in a nuclear reactor. First one is moderator. Graphite or heavy water is used as moderator for reducing the speed of neutrons. Second one is controller. To reduce the number of neutrons by absorbing them, rods of boron, cadmium, beryllium, etc. are used as controller. The heat produced in the fission process is taken out by using water as coolant. Water is transformed into steam. By means of this steam, turbines are driven and electricity is generated. In India, total 22 nuclear reactors in 8 places are functioning. Apsara at Bhabha Atomic Research Center is the first nuclear reactor in India. The last part of our lesson is assignment. Thank you all for watching this video. Have a nice day.